Right now, all signs point to ISIS. Both U.S. and Turkish officials are saying that the extremist militant group carried out the attack. There's been no claim of responsibility, though, yet, but it's likely not a Kurdish militant group like in past attacks. People are furious right now. It's a really somber state here in Turkey right now, and people are wondering, are things just going to get worse?
So they're furious. What would they want the response to be? Because in the initial days of the rebellion against Bashar al-Assad, analysts widely described a situation where Turkey would kind of turn a blind eye to some of these rebels and Islamists and some very unsavory characters crossing the border into Syria. Is this now an issue because of what they did, their policy of this laissez-faire policy of the early years?
For years, the border was known as a jihadi highway. I mean, people could cross, they could come and go as they please, depending on how much you can pay. Pretty much anyone could cross the border. Refugees, extremist militants, U.S.-backed fighters. And for years this happened. And now what we're seeing is that there are these attacks where ISIS is sort of rebelling because they're furious, they can't cross the border. There are cells across the city in Istanbul where ISIS fighters live in homes. And there have been raids over the past few months by Turkish officials.
And there's only so much you can do if you have sleeper cells, essentially waiting for the right moment to strike. Let's talk a little bit about some of the more heartwarming stories. It's so often in these tragedies, you have individual stories of heroism and random acts of kindness. You reported on some of those. Tell us about them.
I spoke with everyday Turks yesterday who came out and offered support to both those wounded and stranded in the airport after their flights were canceled and they had nowhere to go.
Yeah.
I talked to one woman who said that humanity wasn't lost because she had seen 400 people line up to donate blood.
Right.
People at blood donation centers are saying they've never seen numbers like this. So people are really coming out to show their support and show that they care.
And there are hotels quickly that allowed people to stay for free. And given how badly tourism has been hit this year, the fact that they would take another financial hit just to be kind is something that it was widely shared, by the way, online as well. And I know you spoke to those hotel owners.
I spoke with one hotel owner, the Hotel Begonia, and he said that hotels on his block have been shutting down because they haven't been able to find enough people to fill them. But he actually came forward and offered 16 people places to sleep that night for completely free to show that he cared.